able to connect all our gadgets, all the platform that is available to us. And I know the great people of Biafra, the freedom fighters, the lovers of freedom, and the great people all over the world. I know you people are here to hear the new way we have been choosing, because we are coming here to set the record straight. IPOB new phase of media campaign start now to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Fearless Evangelist, please mute your mic. Whenever you want to speak, then you unmute it, please. Mute your mic always. When you finish talking, you mute your mic. Thank you very much. Thank you for muting your mic. It's very important. Great people, I hope you people are waiting for this wonderful broadcast. I know all of you are ready to see what we are about to do today. We are now on Biafran television. We are on Rapture Media. We are in different platforms that is available to us. Of course, I don't want to be mentioning all of them because of also our security. Yes, great people, wonderful people of Biafra, the freedom fighters, and the lovers of freedom all over the world. I want you people to know that we are now on Biafran Television Channel 1/IPOB Rapture Media under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And here we always set the record straight. We are here to talk about things that is happening to us, to the people of indigenous people of Biafra that find themselves in that contraption called Daminibu Zoo. We want to talk about the great leader, the Ohamadike one of Biafra land, the Iroko 3 himself, a man that passed this ideology to us, and today he have already sink into our bomaros. And believe you me, we are not going to stop. We have already chosen our path on this Biafran restoration project, that Biafra must come in our time. Either Biafra or Biafra. We will keep on pushing without stopping, because Biafra is our last goal. We really want to bring the kingdom of Chukwu Okike Abiama on this planet Earth, because according to the Bible, he said, pray to your Father in heaven. And we believe that Biafra is that last miracle that will happen on this planet Earth. As you are joining, I want you to invite your friends, invite your families, invite those that are around you. Tell them to come and hear the gospel of redemption, the gospel of freedom, the gospel of movement of Biafran people, because we have come. And by the time we're done, they will wish that we remain forever. But one thing that is sure, that one day we will die. That is for sure. We can never live forever. But we are trying to make a way when there is no way, because we cannot also, allow our kids to continue on the same journey. Our internal leader, Dim Odume Gojuku, started this, and today is in the hands of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are not going to also transfer this again to our kids. That means say by that time we don't know where our kids will be. But let me introduce myself. All right, wonderful people of Biafra. My name is Mazo Okenna Okechukwu, known as the Biafran Child Chineke, the General. I am from Ihala in Anambra. Anambra in Biafra land. I am IPOB under chain of command. And I always say this to our people, that the highest office and the highest commander called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and also our family, that I will always defend all these things that I mentioned jealously, because we have come to stay. And at the same time, I would like to say good afternoon to our leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Good afternoon to the HDOS in the person of Mazi Shike, Doziem, the man in charge, on absent of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I will rest here so my comrade will also introduce himself. Then we proceed, because we have no time to waste. My comrade, you are welcome to this wonderful platform. Leo. Now you can unmute your mic. You can unmute your mic and then begin to speak. Thank you very much.
It's all right. I should go ahead.
Yes, go ahead and introduce yourself. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Omo Chineke. Thank you, Biafrans all over the world, for this very opportunity once again that we should gather. Because our leader said that the armies of Biafra are assembling all over the world, and he commands them. I remain the fearless IPOB evangelist, Mazi Madam Chinwachukwu. I am from Ndiabo. Ndiabo is in Aninri. Aninri is a local government in Ojiriva province, Biafra land. I am a homeland broadcaster. Thank you.
Thank you, the fearless evangelist. We have been seeing your work, and believe you me, we appreciate you because you are on the ground. It's not easy to be a fearless before your enemies. As we are going to proceed on today's broadcast, it's going to be wonderful, and I know that every one of you will love it, because we have been, there is a new way to do things. There is a new way to, to propagate this issue of Biafran restoration, and that is why we are here. Mazi, the fearless evangelist, I would like you to pray. Pray for us in brief, and always put the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, or Hamadike one of Biafra. Remember, always put that in your mind, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged and they are acquitted, but today is still in the hands of enemy. Pray for him and pray for the leadership, and also at the time add the IPOB one family in your prayer. Now you can start, Mazi. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chukwukadamara. Thank you, Ezudo, Ezamara, Ezembochie, Chineke ndị Biafra. We honor you, we glorify your name. We always thank you because you are our God. Okwagi preserve Rani, Idewaranian, 67 to 70. It was a global conspiracy to desolate our land. But today, we are all over the world. The same promise you promised us, that behold, you scatter your people abroad. In the last days, you gather them back. Today, you have gathered us back. Through Radio Biafra, through your servant Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you for giving us the wisdom to acknowledge that Nnamdi Kanu is the answer to our prayers. Though Nigerians rejected him because they don't understand that Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB was answer to their prayers. But today, we have ramped up Nnamdi Kanu in solidarity with him, shoulder to shoulder with him, because you opened our mindset to know that you will not answer us again if we misuse that opportunity. We thank you for defeating the enemies. We thank you for allowing the enemies to plan against him. But we thank you for disgracing them in appeal court. We thank you for disgracing them in Federal High Court, Umuahia. We thank you for disgracing them in State High Court, Umuahia verdict. We will continue to thank you because of the ones you are going to do. The UN ruling, Ojukwu expected it. For 3 years, they did not give any damn. They didn't say anything. But under 1 year, you push UN to say something and say that all our activities are legit. We thank you, Zudo. We did not bribe them, but you represented us. We know you will continue to represent us in everywhere that our matter must be raised. Thank you, because you are behind all our suits in any table and in any court in the world. Thank you, because in the end, you alone be glorified. Bless IPOB leadership, continue to energize them, and continue to give them, to equip them with your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Yes, my people. Of course, it's a zoo. We have disconnecting. They have already take our brother.
When they keep him incommunicado, Chukwu Abiyama, send your angels to be with him. When they keep him hungry, Chukwu Abiyama, feed him with your words. Thank you, Ezudo, because we know that IPOB all over the world, you continue to strengthen them. Strengthen ESN. Give us more wisdom. Give us more knowledge. Give the ESN 10 eyes. Let them have eyes all over their body. Increase their knowledge. Increase their understanding. Increase their wisdom. Thank you, because in the end, you alone be glorified. Look, IPOB in detention. Chukwu Abiyama, make way for them. We are using the data good as point of contact because our leader has been discharged. Thank you, because we know that as you have been freeing us, you will also free all of them, both the data good and all of them, even those that we don't know where they are. You will bring them out as you have been doing so for us. Thank you. In your name, Chi Uku Okike. Abia Amara Poro Ime Ihe Niile, we have prayed.
Ise. Thank you. Thank you, great people. Thank you for this wonderful prayer that you gave, because the praises and worship must go to Chukwu Okike Abiyama pụrụ ime ihe niile. Onye kere ihe niile ekere eke n'elu ụwa, but na nwere onye kele ya. Ọ bụ onye anyị na-akpụ isi a na-enye, ọ bụ onye anyị na-ekene. I thank you very much.
Excuse me, just for a minute, just a minute. Just all right. A minute.
Go and come, there is no problem.
You don't need distraction.
Great people, I want you all to understand today that what we are doing is unique. Nobody can ever push us to do something. We are doing this because we have to do this. We are doing this because Chukwu Okike Abiyama have sent us to come and do this. And I'm still waiting for my brother to come before I will proceed. Yes, thank you very much, Nwachineke. Thank you, Nwachineke. You know, people have been waiting for this wonderful day that we are here to change the face of this campaign. Mazi, I want to ask you something before we continue. Let us go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu first. Himself. Mazi, I want to ask you this thing. You know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged on 13th of October. If I'm not mistaken, I want you to also correct me. And people.
No, go ahead. That is correct date. Go ahead. Go ahead, you are correct.
Okay. Mazi, if you are not talking, Mazi Evangelist, please, I want you to mute your mic. Whenever you want to talk, you are muted, okay? Good.
Okay.
All right. So we understand that our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was discharged on 13th of October 2022. And today, the Nigerian government, or in the person of Malami, is trying to, say that our leader has other case to answer. And we also want to talk about the rendition of our leader. And I don't know the reason why, since the release or the charge of our leader, the Nigerian people, those people that are saying they want Nigeria to be one, They want peace in that contraption. But these people don't want to obey the rules of the law. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged, they are still holding him. And I begin to ask myself, why are they holding this man? At the same time, I remember when our leader was still in DSS dungeon. Of course, he's still there today. When they never go to court, when they were talking about political solution, some people were talking amnesty. Some people were talking all sort of things. They also included 2023 election. All this thing is something that they combine together and say that this is the reason why. But at the end, they discharged our leader. Soludo went to see our leader during the time this court case they never discharged our leader. He spoke to our leader. He takes some photos with our leader, which he pushed on social media. All of us see it. And I begin to ask myself now that our leader have been discharged by the competent court of appeal in that Nigeria. Up to date, Solu don't ever say anything. He never uttered any word from his mouth. Peter Obi that is talking about the election, he never speak about our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All the whole governors in Biafra land, or let me put it in this form, Igbo extraction. None of them ever talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Does it mean that these people hate on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so much that even some northern people, like somebody like Benue State Governor, is the one now, telling the zoo to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? And those people we call our governors and representatives. Our brother will come anytime he come, you will see him. And those governors and the representative and the Indishie, Nandi also, Nandi Obumeyi that we have today in Biafra land, why are they not talking about the release of our leader? As far as the court have discharged him, why are they not talking about our leader? Why did these people want our leader to remain in DSS dungeon after the court have ruled and free him? None of them we are talking about our leader. Mazi, and you can see also that what Nigerians are displaying now is the idiocy in Nigerian people. We have been saying this time without number that Nigeria is a country or so-called country that they never reason. And now Nigeria begin to display all those things that we have been saying, that Nigeria, there is no humanity in Nigeria. There is no free speech in Nigeria. There is no rule of law in Nigeria. And now Nigeria is displaying it to the world. So Mazi, I want you to go into this issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why are they still holding him? Because that is the reason why we're here. Our campaign starts on free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is what our campaign is now, to free our leader. We don't want to gossip again. We have tired. We don't need all those things. Let our leader free, because that is the reason why we're here. Mazi, I want you to take over the floor and tell us what you understand about this issue of not releasing our leader. Thank you. The floor is yours, and open your mic and begin to speak. Thank you, the fearless evangelist.
Thank you, Mazi, for that very topic, because that is the new face of the war, to free Nnamdi Kanu. Though for a little, is it correction or direction or something, we did not gossip. That was the very war that came. It is, our war is step by step. After defeating this one, we'll go to another one. So it is now called previous war. The kind was previous. So that is how, when we were campaigning, protesting, it was previous. That time, when we were saying organize IPOB family meeting, it was previous. Now, the same war we have just defeated, it is now previous war. Let us march on for the things ahead. Coming to what you said about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader. And when we say about, when we talk about disobedience to court orders by Nigerian government, on IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu, it didn't start today, but this time is their last bus stop. Remember that when Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Murtala Mohammed Airport, Lagos, 2015, in October, he was brought to DSS, and do you know before they took him to DSS Abuja, the first headquarters Abuja first headquarters Abuja, and they moved him in the night. They moved to Nnamdi Kanu in the night, around 2 a.m. in the night, from Murtala Mohammed Airport. But they spent 2 days before taking our leader from, before announcing to the world that they kidnapped our leader. That is the dubiosity in Nigerian government and the criminality in them. Then let us march. When we started going to court, as they levied our leader with the terrorism, treasonable felony, that's what they said.
They said
that's what they
said.
Treasonable felony, that's what they presented earlier. Right? And we went to the Federal High Court of the, presided over by the Justice, what is it called? Ademola. Justice Ademola was a Federal High Court judge. I don't know, he had been removed. I don't know, that's their business. But in that very 2015, December 20th, is it 20th or December 18th? It was the 20th. That Justice Ademola disgraced Labaran in the court. We are talking about disobedience to court order. Justice Ademola of the Federal High Court, which Malami is Attorney General of the Fulani, not Federation. There is no Federation there. We are agitating for Biafra, nothing like Federation. Remove Federation. Use the F as Fulani, because it's not, Federation includes the court, Appeal Court, and Federal High Court, and State High Court. So when they disobeyed the orders of State High Court, Umar have had it, Appeal Court, Federal, that is Abuja, and Federal High Court, Umar. That is to say the Federation has been removed. Malami is now doing something concerning Fulani. That is to say, he's Attorney General of Fulani, remove the Federation until they obey court order. There is no Federation there, because there will be no Federation without Appeal Court. The Federation also is in the Constitution. So when the people that is in charge of the Constitution does not take the rulings of the court that is in the Constitution, that is to say the Constitution is null and void. And the lawmakers are also have to go home, because the laws they make, the government does not believe in it. So that is it. Let us move to the disobedience to court order. We will deal with these people this very moment. Ireland and we don't give them space. They think we'll go and open book to remember what they did to us. But we was at the war front. We saw all. Let us move. Justice Ademola, when Labaran presented the charges against our leader, and remember that all these charges always come from, they say it happened on Radio Biafra. But they never mention London or UK in all the charges, because Radio Biafra have destination, have a location. In all the charges, they never mention London.
Very good argument, because I could remember also in the court, they were asking them, this broadcast that you people are saying, where the broadcasts were made, is it in the sky? Is it in the heaven? You people should call the name. Which country?
Because they don't have jurisdiction. The Constitution of Nigeria said that every case should be tried under the jurisdiction. So they don't have jurisdiction to try a case that happened on radio in London. That's why they ganged up with the politicians to arrange some people to get a case for our leader, because their country will not have a jurisdiction to try our leader on those charges had we allowed it, but we rejected them. So let us move. Labaran was in the court, right? And when he presented the charges and the arguments, and we continued, our lawyers was arguing with him, and it came to a point, the judge came into the matter. The judge asked Labaran, how many people are the victims of his terrorism? Because Labaran was trying to convince Justice Ademola the terrorism of Nnamdi Kanu through a radio that was heard and received in Nigeria. That's why the judge wanted to know how many people are the victims of his terrorism. Labran started dancing, always dancing naked, always in the court. Labran is not qualified to be a councillor in any part of Igbo land. Labran is ordinary. Third document of being a federal prosecutor, state federal counsel, an ordinary human being in Igbo land. So he couldn't defend the charges against Nnamdi Kanu. He was dancing. After dancing, he was trying to explain to the judge that he did it. He was giving order. He was telling people.
And again, Mazi, remember that this Labran you are talking about, that one that had be like a he-goat, they can be.
The one that used to come to court with the tape and generator. The idiot.
Yes.
Tape and generator.
Do you know why I agree with you that this guy is just is supposed to be a common man in Biafra land is better.
He cannot be a councillor. It's ordinary man, ordinary man.
Talk less of being a prosecutor. Do you know inside
Labran cannot jail me. Labran cannot jail me.
Inside that 15 count charges, all the whole count charges, they are all the same. You see what we are talking about.
Don't worry, we'll digest it today. We'll digest it.
Continue, Mazi.
Our people must understand that we are creating the very space. You must open your mind. There are things we'll touch. So if you don't use this one, use this one. If you don't use this one, use this one. We'll bring it in many areas. The argument, you must have foundation. You must have backup for your argument. You must have, because we need backup for the. We are still in the argument too. They must prove to us what we did, why they are killing us, and they must free our leader. The judgment have been given. So let us move. Labran could not be able to defend it because he was only referring to radio in London, and the man, Justice Ademola, thought that Labran did not understand his language, his English. He now tried to bring the English low, right? He asked Labran, how many people died under his terror? Because the first language was, how many people are the victims of his terrorism? So he now thought that Labran, according to his response, did not understand what he was saying. So he tried to bring the language down. He asked him, how many people died under his terror? The idiot to continue to dance. And the man said, I discharged the accused man and acquitted. Unconditional release, the first release. Our people should count it, and the one Nigerianist should count the debts of justices they are owing us. They are owing us debts of justices by their own court. This is a debt, unforgettable. They must pay us. This is a debt. They have not obeyed it. They have not obeyed. Our leader was in DSS then, and they have not been forgotten. This thing will be revived. This thing must be brought forward. They must pay. These are debts. Write it down. Discharged by Ademola, Justice Ademola of Federal High Court, Abuja. Right? First one. Then we move. We rejoiced, waiting for our leader to come back. The next thing was, they rearrested him and returned him back to DSS. In case of those that have joined us, you don't know that what we are seeing now, we have seen it, and we know how to fight them. They doubled all their effort. Everything they did before, they multiplied it now. They don't know that our God have increased our strength and knowledge. So they were estimating us with the same level of 2015, 2016, 2017. Why they think that their own have increased without knowing that our God have increased us the more. We will deal with them. We have the strength to fight this battle.
Preach the gospel. Preach
we deal with them in truth and the honesty.
Preach the gospel.
Thank you. Now, after that one, the same Malami Attorney General of Fulani, there is no federation. We have secured our land. We have our security, marking our boundaries in the bushes. So once we have security that is in charge of our boundaries, that's why our leader is intelligent. He sent them in the boundaries, leaving the middle, knowing that we can destroy them if they come in the middle. Let us secure the boundary. For us to have security in our boundaries, there is no federation. They should go and ask. No federation. And we don't welcome the flag of Nigeria in our land. There's no federation. They should stop using that rubbish language. That is Fulani. After all, the money they printed is Ariwa color.
You have said it, and I believe me, I agree with you. How can a so-called federation don't pay, the rules of the law, and you are talking about federation? And at the same time, these people are talking about 2023 election. And how
will
can
destroy
you
it today. We will destroy it today.
How can you get justice if this election that is coming have been leaked? If they leak it, how will you get a justice? Why the person that have already given justice, you people don't want to talk about it? Because what we are saying now is for people of Nigeria, or those people call themselves one Nigerianis, to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They should free this man, because this man has nothing against the rule of the law. Have discharged this man. We want them to lead our leader. This man have suffered a lot. Reason why they are holding him, there is no water there, and the guests have died at Sodo. So, Maz, I want you to continue so our people will keep on listening.
Yes, I want to finish. I want to line up the depths of justices, not in Biafran court, not in Cameroon court, and not by Ghanaian judge, and not in the not by the under the Ghanaian Attorney General. Everything owned by Nigeria, both the judge, both the prosecutor, both the court, both the everything. So we want them. They must obey. This thing are their own seats. If that thing happened in Biafran court, they will say there was partiality. So we don't see partiality in their courts. Let us continue. So they moved the case after returning our leader back to DSS. Then, as we now fight, our lawyers fought, and our leader was taken to Kuje. We now move. They killed us on February 9, 2016, as we were protesting in Aba, praying, not just in a school, praying. They killed us. While our leader had been discharged, somebody must reason very fine. Our leader had been, some people, do you know, that is why, when we call it extraordinary extrajudicial killing, that one you they still need to bring another English and back it up, because one, there was a reason why we protested. The reason was free Nnamdi Kanu, but court had freed him in December 2015. Why were we protesting on February 2016? You still kill us in the name of the same man that had been freed. That is to say, they are still owing us. Those people are not supposed to be killed, because why they were protesting is for you to obey the same court order, because the court order is there. December 2015 by Justice Ademola. And we were patient because we have never been violent. We continue with them. We wanted to see what they have in cupboard. They couldn't bring anything. We continue, and they went to Justice John Soho. When John Soho saw that he cannot defeat Nnamdi Kanu, Justice John Soho, the Fulani, the same Malami, who cannot defend his allegation, they now plan for secret trial on the person that have been discharged by Ademola. Nigerians should write it down. We are not here for joke. We know we want to clear the air. You can't tag us terrorists as you tag Ojukwu rebels and succeed, because we have opportunity to evangelize this time and endure your criminality against us. That is one thing. Two things we are defeating you. We must endure, and we'll press on. Then in the end, you don't endure, you are criminals. Nigeria are thieves. They come to rob us, so they cannot endure. We that owns the land, we will endure. Armed robbers are always in the haste. Armed robbers. That's why they attach the false victim. Nigeria have false victim because they are in the haste to steal our oil. But we own the land, we will be patient. That is IPOB. Persevere within Nnamdi Kanu so that you can win them. We move. We went to Ademola Soho. He could not. Our leader said no to secret trial. The same thing to Binta. But let us finish Soho. It came to a point that Soho discharged Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally in 2016 again. And the DSS rearrested him and took him back to Kuje. That one was in Kuje. The first one was in DSS. Two, unconditional release. Two, Nigerians should write it down. They should. This one is not Ojukwu started the war. That time you will not have a word to say. That time we'll be counting it out before any war, anybody in the world. We will count this in line. We will line it up. You will tell us why you disobey our own court orders. You will tell us. We'll tell you we are Biafrans. Then let us move. Justice John Soho, the sergeant of the camp, they arrested him and returned him back to Kuje. Okay. We continued. We continued. Till 2016 ending. Though they still kill us again. At Ipob, daybreak from 29th May to 30th May, they killed us. We are still there with the same picture of Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra flag. While Nnamdi Kanu has been decided 2 times, you are still massacring us. Extrajudicial killings. We continue to move until reaching to 2017. We were in solidarity with Donald Trump. As in northern Nigeria, always celebrate those that they love, which win election in any country. We celebrated with Donald Trump in Iguacha 20th of January 2017. They sent their army, they massacred us, they killed us. We continued until they granted our leader bail in March 2017. These people knew that their intention was to cage Nnamdi Kanu, but the bail they granted Nnamdi Kanu, they cannot, the high bail, the high conditional bail, they themselves cannot escape it because it was holding them in their target to intimidate Nnamdi Kanu. They now changed themselves. How did they change themselves? They said that Nnamdi Kanu cannot address the press. Nnamdi Kanu cannot be in the midst of more than 10 people. Now, and they gave him date of court. Knowing that the day of his court, if he come inside the court, the judge will be in the court, the court class will be in the court, the prosecutor will be in the court, the defense counsel Nnamdi Kanu will be in the court, then Nnamdi Kanu's siblings or family will be in the court. Then so many people will be in the court, observers will be in the court, and if you come there, there will be more than 10. And they say he will not be in the midst of more than 10 people. That is to say, if Nnamdi Kanu calls him down inside the court, the Nigeria is guilty of contempt of court. And if Nnamdi Kanu speak in the court, he have addressed the press. Nigeria is also guilty contempt of court because speaking in court is addressing the press also. They changed themselves and they could not escape it than to kill him. They cannot stand in the court. He said immediately they granted that bail. I started a campaign. I said Nigeria is gone.
Preach the gospel.
Say, hey, they say he cannot say anything. I said Nigeria is in chains. Odogu will destroy them.
Preach the gospel. Preach the gospel.
If he come inside the court, he will harass the judge. Nnamdi Kanu ask the judge, how many people are in the court? Nnamdi Kanu ask you, how many people are in the court? And the court will scatter. He will come back home. No judgment. Nobody will talk because there will be no way you hold a court without more than 10 people. And they finalize with the governors in killing him. They do not give these governors this very reason. No, they gave the governors reason when Nnamdi Kanu met with them and gave them our demands. They took it to Fulani instead of discussing it at home with traditional rulers. They took it to Fulani idiots because those people appointed them to be governor. They were not voted in. It was just camouflage of voting. So they're always loyal to them. Now, they took our demands to Fulani. Fulani asked them, is it Nnamdi Kanu that is now controlling you? You and Nnamdi Kanu, who is a constitutional, your position and Nnamdi, who is constitutional, do something before he take power from you. Fulani did not present this high conditional bed that was holding them. Rather, they hide it. They now channel they turn it another thing so that these people will try to protect their position. You know, their after position. So if they can kill for their position, no problem. Now, let us cross that side. After they have tried to kill our leader, he escaped assassination attempt. Now, let us move to this present time. Because when we go to the present, we'll still refer back to this past tense. But we have counted, okay, there is one judgment I'm forgotten. There is one judgment I've forgotten. Let me go there. Justice Ahmad Mohammed. When Justice John Soho decided Nnamdi Kanu, they rearrested Nnamdi Kanu. They now transferred the case again to the court of Justice Ahmad Mohammed, a Fulani man. We remember them now. I will get a mad log. Gese ka ga ya de ga chete ihe na-eso. Ogwo gị nwa na ala ị ga na ebe ahụ kpa ihe na-ese. Ị na ala ya de chete ya oge nwa lụrụ ọgụ. Anyị na ebe a.
Nwa Chineke. Nwa Chineke.
Ogwo ya lụrụ ọgụ ma ihe sịrị.
Nwa Chineke. Preach the gospel. Preach the gospel.
Thank you. We move. Then they move it to Ahmed Mohammed. Ahmed Mohammed, you will take that judgment of Ahmed Mohammed as the sergeant acquitted also. You will count it three. Let us explain. Though he did not mention that word, but it was a backup. Let me go to Ahmed Mohammed's ruling. Malami, I think you are listening. I got my own, and you'll be the Kolanu. I pass the ball, you can't go juggling, IPOB can I can make juggling. Ready to fight 100 years. In our doing our say so in 2023. We don't have 10 or we don't have date, we don't have anything, we don't have 10. No, we IPOB match on until we enter Biafra. You have 2 years, you have 4 years, you can become to party, you can have friends, your friend can fail election, you join the other friend. We don't do like that. We remains there until we dacha.
Consistency.
Let us move. Consistency, final. Our baptismal name.
Preach the gospel. Preach the gospel.
Thank you. So, when we reached to Ahmed Mohammed, DSS took the case to Ahmed Mohammed. Not even us. Do you know what Ahmed Mohammed said? He said, he asked DSS. Okay, he just warned them, not asking them questions. He said, I have warned you not to bring this kind of case in my court anymore. And I have instructed you to go and obey the previous court rulings. Rulings, Mohammed did not say ruling. Mohammed said rulings, that is ruling of Justice Ademola and the ruling of Justice Johnson. That is to say, in a meeting, when you read minutes, somebody will move the minutes, and somebody will support it. Let us just say, Justice Ademola read the minutes by deciding our leader. Justice Johnson moved the minutes by deciding our leader. Justice Ahmed Mohammed supported the minutes by telling them to go and obey the previous court rulings. Now, if you bring it together, you will know that Ahmed Mohammed decided our leader also. If you reason his ruling, he also, that is 3 rulings. You can't forget that one. Then we march on. Remember that there is a warrant our leader was granted bail on, still in Bintanyako's court. Now, let us march. When our leader was kidnapped, this present one, from Kenya down to Nigeria, though they tried in different countries, it failed. Even they started trying it in Western world. Our leader, the information kept coming to our leader, not information, interrogations. If our leader comes to a country, they will be asking him, why did you jump there? Go and answer your case. Go and stand your case. Go and defend yourself. Our leader, instead of the 30 minutes meeting with the white man, instead of him tendering our matter, at least with 20 minutes or 25 minutes, our leader will use 21 minutes in defending himself that he did not jump there. Some people don't know that ruling of Umuahia verdict. Umuahia verdict is a very serious weapon. We have kept it aside. Let one idiot jump up and say he jumped there. I like it. A very serious missile. I gotta secure ya no Umuahia. Umuahia have the jurisdiction to block them because I hear constitution. Let us move. This time around, they said Nnamdi Kanu will defend himself in court. Ike Kuremadu say it's a political solution. Governor say we are a political solution. Ohaneze say we are monitoring the case. Now, Ohaneze that monitored the case, they have not even come to address us and say, after monitoring the case, yes, we have seen Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged. No report of monitor. You monitor case 1 year, no report from Ohaneze. Monitor. Mr. Monitor. That's why I told the traditional rulers from the East, let me just call the Igbo abstraction, that they sold their rights and they betrayed Nnamdi Kanu and they betrayed their kinship. And they betrayed all the princes in the whole kingdom in Biafra land. And they betrayed all the traditional rulers also, thinking that is a Biafra issue. I have addressed them before, but before we move forward now in this argument, why Nigeria don't want to obey court order, we will try to address the traditional ruler because we may not come back there. Now, this man is a traditional ruler. This man is a traditional ruler. They have prince, they have palace, they have princesses, and they knew that in a palace, there is no way you will come to palace and it will be empty. People is always in the palace. And they knew how we respect palace in Igbo land. And you know that the palace of late Israel Oku Kanu, which Nnamdi Kanu, the father of Nnamdi Kanu, and Nnamdi Kanu is the prince of Faruku. And this very compound, the palace, was invaded by Nigerian army. Now, I told the traditional rulers, okay, keep Biafra aside. Keep IPOB aside. Let us be straight. A palace was invaded by Nigerian army in Igbo land. Keep Biafra. We didn't ask you to come and defend Biafra. First of all, ask the Nigerian government, why was a palace in Igbo land invaded by the army and 28 people killed? Why? Traditional ruler, did you ask it? The answer is no. Okay. Did you ask them to provide the prince of Aparu when he was missing for 1 year? You did not ask them. But you have prince, and you want communities to respect your prince, your son. But a palace was attacked and prince was missing. For 1 year, you didn't protest. Don't protest Biafra. Don't protest IPOB. But traditional rulers, did you protest the invasion of a community in Igbo land, of a palace in Igbo land? You dodged. And that is to say, you were in the conspiracy to invade that palace. And all of you are included. Now, if you want to free yourself from being inclusive in those that planned the attack in Nnamdi Kanu's house, now that the court has ruled on his favor severally, is a time to defend yourself and say, Nigeria, obey your own court order. This is not a crime. It is something that any human being can say. It is no longer Nigeria free Nnamdi Kanu. Nigeria, obey your own court order. Anybody can say it. If a governor cannot say it, then his position is null and void, because the constitution installed him to be in that position. Therefore, if the constitution is neglected, because the appeal court is under the constitution, that is to say, his position is also not constitutional because they are no longer using the constitution. The constitution of the governor is null and void. Because the appeal court is in the constitution and the position of the governor is in the constitution. So how do they remain governor while appeal court order will not be obeyed? That is to say, they are there illegal.
Thank you.
No constitution is working.
Preach the gospel.
And any police that come to arrest you is on illegal duty because the law they want to enforce, the law has been upturned by the federal government. So which law are the police enforcing? Where will they take the person to? To a court? A court that the federal government does not obey. That is to say, every victim of Nigerian State High Court must be apologized to and be paid compensation, because federal government does not believe in State High Court. As Umar verdict ruled that Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail, rather he escaped military assassination attempt. And Nigerian government should pay him 1 billion.
And that is Mazi, and that is correct. That is correct. It's
yes.
only three they will say that I'm coming to cut you, you will stay. But when you tell who I'm coming to kill you, of course, you are going to save your life, because if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is dead today, there is no case against him. Only then the one in the Mazi continue and preach the gospel. Preach the gospel. Watch it.
Thank you. We continue. So, Nnamdi Kanu's life and the constitution that you are trying to defend, which one is great? The constitution is to defend lives in Nigeria. That's why there is law. Now, Whose mic is mute? Is it your own mic?
Yeah,
Okay.
Mazi, it's okay. Continue. I'm listening. Continue. I'm listening.
Okay. Now, when the constitution is here backing you up in your position, how come you that brag with your state high court as a governor, how come a state high court ruled on the favor of somebody from the same that state, and that order cannot be obeyed? That is to say, everybody that has been victim of state high court of any state in Nigeria, whether you have been convicted or fined or sentenced to death or lifer, right? Anyone you have fall victim of in the court, Nigeria should apologize to you and pay compensation, because they don't believe in state high court. That was to say, where they took you and where they passed judgment against you was in an illegal room. Because disobedient to court order, Umar verdict, 19th of January 2022, on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu, and against the allegation by Nigerian federal government that he jumped bail, and Nigeria did not obey, means that everybody they have convicted in Nigeria State High Court of any kind should be compensated, because they don't believe in it. Let us move to appeal. Any victim of appeal court in Nigeria should sue Nigeria to court that they should pay them compensation and apologize to them, because they have been victim of appeal court. Why they don't even know that Nigeria does not believe in appeal court ruling? But Nnamdi Kanu case have proved it to them that Nigeria does not believe in the appeal court ruling. That is to say, they should go back and sue Nigeria for convicting them or making them for anyhow. They have fall victim in that court. They should go and sue Nigeria and say, you don't obey appeal court order. How come I was convicted by appeal court? How come I was a victim of appeal court? So you should pay me compensation. Why you don't obey appeal court? Then you force me to obey it. The same thing to Federal High Court. Federal High Court to Umuahia and Federal High Court to Abuja is the same. Just to represent the government in that very area, so that any federal issue that rises up in states will be shifted to there, not always in federal. That is it. Now, before we go to the decision of Nnamdi Kanu, there is something that Bintanyako played. That character shows that Bintanyako discussed the invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's house with the federal government. How? Bintanyako, when this very issue was presented to Bintanyako's court by IPOB lawyers, Bintanyako threw it away. Bintanyako was busy asking that Nnamdi Kanu should be brought to court. Despite all the evidences, Bintanyako was there demanding that Abaribe should be brought to court, that the shorty should come. Bintanyako started threatening Abaribe. Bintanyako opened the door for the terrorist group Mietiala to be threatening Abaribe. Bintanyako opened the door for any northern group to be threatening Abaribe that time. But as Bintanyako responded to the suit we filed in her court, then those attacks on Abaribe wouldn't have taken place. Now, Bintanyako was involved, because if she wasn't involved, she would have looked into those evidences and asked, where is Nnamdi Kanu? How is he? Is he alive? Because his warrant is here. He will face his warrant. So who went to his house? Binta did not ask. Now let us go and confirm that she's involved. Presently, we have secured about not less than 6 favorable rulings in Bintanyako's court on the violation of the fundamental human rights of Nnamdi Kanu by DSS, giving him back his eyeglass, allowing him to change his clothes, excuse me, give him his Jewish materials, praying materials. All those things that the judge Binta gave rulings on the favor of Nnamdi Kanu. Have you seen Bintanyako challenge DSS in her court? Have you even seen Bintanyako even tell DSS, if you do not bring him to court next court, I will hold you with contempt of court? Binta never said it. That was to say, she was only trying to use it to pet us, to be having hope on her that one day she will give us judgment. Because she was using it as a pet to bring us down. Fulani allowed her. Give them the judgment. After all, DSS will not obey. She was lining it up. And now, Binta never mentioned that. Binta was busy welcoming new amended charges. While there is a warrant on her table that she granted Nnamdi Kanu bail on, Binta Nyako overlooked this warrant, thinking that if they fail to jail Nnamdi Kanu with the present discussion of the federal government, which are the amended charges. Do you know that Binta Nyako is part of the amended charges? Binta Nyako discussed the amended charges with Malami. Binta Nyako discussed every amended charges with Malami Binta Nyako. Because she would have confirmed that these charges have been amended severally. So she has to stop it. But for her to continue welcoming it until we stop it in appeal court, Binta Nyako always, even after the court, they will ask Binta Nyako which one will do. Binta Nyako will give them idea. Binta was fully involved. Binta, kidnapping of Anita, Binta was fully involved. Her body language shows that Binta Nyako was involved. Because if she wasn't involved, she would have asked Malami to keep this new amended charges pending. Let us go into the warrant that I granted Nnamdi Kanu bail on, in which you presented to the world that he jumped bail. Let us look into the matter. But Binta overlooked it. She was busy welcoming 6 amended charges, 7, 15, everyone they bring, she will welcome. Why there was a warrant you granted him bail? Because they don't want to mention the attack on his house. But they are both to mention his jump bail. As if you mention his jump bail, then we will not mention his house was attacked. That is the useless mind of Fulani. When you mention his jump bail, we will also mention that his house was attacked. So the two will jam. Let us know who will win each other. Jump bail and attack on his house. Which one will win? That's why they dodged that warrant. Today, Malami want to return it back. And by then, appeal court have destroyed it. Malami was keeping it pending. In case if Nnamdi Kanu win them this one, they will present that one. But they don't know that the work of a Biafra is to allow federal government to bring all their idea. When they bring it out, after bringing it out, a Biafra will stand them at the middle, while IPOB lawyers will round them up. Then a Biafra will now move to go and call Ozokome. So that Ozokome will come and change them on their 2 legs. A Biafra's duty is to round them up. Let them vomit all their strategy. After vomiting it, we went and they called Ozokome. Ozokome came and they chained them, keep them in federal high court, then moved to appeal to destroy them. They were still in federal and we destroyed them in appeal. They were surprised. Because all their discussion is with Binta. They did not discuss with appeal court judges. They believe that if it remains in Binta Nyako court, Binta will do all. And today, we have secured the UN ruling. That is double-crossing Nigeria internationally. And I told our people, if you did not double-cross Nigeria legally, you are giving the British a very good hand to pursue their diplomatic moves against us. Because if you raise up arm, you are inviting Egypt, you are inviting Mobil, you are inviting Tesaco, you are inviting F, you are inviting Ezon, you are inviting Chevron, you are inviting Shell, you are inviting all of them to prove them right for taking our oil. But if you defeat Nigeria in their court, and they have international voice like UN, then you have weakened the British. And you have also weakened the strength of those that are taking the oil. Because if the multinational companies discover that Nnamdi Kanu was Igbo, because but if you raise up arm, they will call their country that you are against their success. But if you defeat them legally, there are Nigerian army you will weaken. There are Nigerian police you will weaken. Because legal ruling will divide Nigeria. There are Nigerian citizens that will be weak. But Malami is doing it thinking that he's succeeding. No, he's also dividing the mindset of Nigerians. Because they believe that court will jail Nnamdi Kanu. and the court to free Nnamdi Kanu. They're worried. Why are you holding Nnamdi Kanu? That is to say,
Wisdom.
you need trouble.
Wisdom.
You need trouble.
Wisdom.
Did you
Continue.
understand? Now, when Malami disobeyed court order, he weakened some politicians that he had been confusing, telling them that Nnamdi Kanu committed offense. So now those people are removing their hands. Now, International Friends of Nigeria is removing their hands. That's why I told the people earlier that after this battle, only Fulani will be at the middle. That's why you must listen to us, because everybody that supports him must leave them. That is the way we fight. Allow us to finish with them. Fulani will remain at the middle. At the end of this battle, everybody will leave them. We deal with them. Had Ojukwu received UN recognition for 3 years, no word from UN. But under 1 year, without shooting gun, UN gave rulings. Not easy. People are my hand. If you shoot a gun, you are gone. Because that was the diplomatic move that the British have been going for complete 10 years now. To make our land a war zone. That thing happening in Ukraine, the British have been planning it to happen at the center of the world. Middle of the world, Obama is involved. Obama wanted war in the middle of the world. Biafra is the center of the world. 0 latitude and 0 longitude. And the Owerri is the center of Biafra. And the Owerri is the center of the world. And they wanted the Muslims in the center of the world. Why they use Uzodema to represent them as Muslims? Because that is center of the world. It was a plan from the world. A plan to plot Islam in center of the world. But IPOB is here already. A very serious revelation.
They won't watch Chineke. They won't watch Chineke. You are doing the justice.
To take our land. I know Islamic plan.
You're right,
today, IPOB pressing down. They could not be able to succeed.
Our brother, whenever he's back again, you know, that is the network problem, and that is exactly what we are talking about. When Biafra comes, we are going to overcome all these things. And I know every one of you are getting the point from our brother. That is why we call him the fearless evangelist. And he's doing the justice. Like I said, we have gotten to the new phase of this Biafran restoration project on the release of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are here for campaigning. IPOB new phase of media campaign start now on release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why we're here now. Mazi, I want you to also, I know that you have some things that you never touched.
Yes, there is a place I want to channel on those
continue.
Wavefront.
Go on,
Wavefront. Okay, let me channel IPOB family members on what we are doing, because we have hit this point. Let us direct them down so that they will know the wars we have defeated and the ones that remains. Do you know the highest war we have defeated? The war that they used to defeat Ojukwu. The war, that language, rebel. That language dealt much. That was what actually dealt with us. That's what British was busy sending to the world. Is after oil. He's a rebel. They are rebels. They are after oil. The world now withdraw. Nnamdi Kanu studied it, knowing that the world, so many people, so many countries love Ojukwu, but the lies of the British propaganda did a lot to us. The whole world cannot hate us. There are people that want, even some force themselves to help us. Now they succeeded with that word. Coming from today, they wanted to come up again to label us. They changed the language to terrorists. Former was rebels. But Nnamdi Kanu took it upon himself to make sure that we will endure everything. That's why we bring out IPOB only to confront them, so that if they want to kill, they will kill IPOB, so that our people will be safe. IPOB took oath to die. That's why we are always angry. When you leave IPOB, you should kill. You will now go and instigate trouble in our community, they will kill them. We are always angry. When you kill me, I know, yes, I died for the community to be safe. But when you leave me that took oath and kill people that we took oath for, we are always angry. Now, they plan to make us terrorists so that they will have the ground to kill us. But IPOB leadership controlled us with the help of Chukwu Abiyama and the instruction from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention. We have won them. As far as we defeated Monday, defeated Anambra, defeated the present everything that happened, that is, defeating that very language of terrorists. We now march on. What we are moving now is, you should not spare telling these governors the truth. It is by question. Question how? Why are you silent? Does it mean you are involved? If you are not involved, what is your position as a governor? You ask the senators, why are you making laws? When the court is also court is sitting under the laws you make, but the laws have been overturned by an appointee, because the Attorney General is an appointee, and the senators are elected, governors are elected. How come the senators are there? An appointee, Malami, is now destroying the laws that elected made. Having defeated them in all the arguments, the war we fought this 1 year, you cannot count them. It is not less than 12 wars facing us once. Not 12 agendas from one people, no. 12 faces, everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. We have defeated them. Like our leader said, though Nigerians are that they are disobeying court order. Freedom Nnamdi Kanu no director n'aka, ọ ga-ala Nigeria n'iyi. But do not allow them to relax as if they are right, because you cannot be campaigning for election. You'll be using PVC, and in the morning you look at your PVC. The PVC is constitutional. The INEC is constitutional. When you go to vote, you become electorate, constitutional. The candidate is also constitutional. And the same thing with appeal court, it is constitutional. And federal high court is constitutional. State high court is also constitutional.
All right. We are still having the same problem. We are still waiting for our brother to come back again. As soon as he's back, I will bring him to the stream. But something I want to tell our people, that we are here for free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are not here for anything else, but only to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man that God sent to us. We don't know the reason why the zoo called Nigeria. They are the people that present their judges, their prosecutor, their everything, their accusation, their allegation. Their accusation, at the same time, the court have ruled the case. And they are yet not to discharge a man that the Court of Appeal have discharged. That is the reason why we're here. We are here for the court to discharge our leader, or the zoo called Nigeria. I think my brother is still having this problem. I don't know, maybe it's from the network, but I wanted to show some video to our people. The second of this broadcast that we have today. And I think that you people have to give me some minutes. Let me get to my brother on the ground to know what the problem is all about. Let me bring him to know what the problem is all about before I will proceed. Just give me some minutes. All right, great people. As my brother will be back, I will bring him, but I want our people to see this video that I want to show our people today, because we are here to talk about the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. They have to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for us. The Court of Appeal have discharged our leader, and they have to free him. I don't know the reason why they are still holding him. And that is something that we also want the Nigerianese people to also put their mouth. Because as this thing is happening today, what are you going to say about your, the free of speech, the, humanity in that contraption? Because some of us are thinking that they are doing this to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You never think about you tomorrow. Our brother is here. Our brother is here.
Are you hearing me? Okay.
Yes,
confront Nnamdi Kanu. Let Nnamdi Kanu prove that you are alive or that you are dead.
Mazi, I want you to use at least like...
Did you understand?
Yeah. Mazi, I want you to use 3 minutes.
Mazi, you are talking. I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Am I coming live?
You are coming loud, but I can't hear you. You can't hear me, right?
I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you.
And come back.
Okay, I should continue.
Go out.
Okay.
Go out and come back.
Okay, thank you.
I think it's better.
Thank you. We move. That is it. How come you believe that these people, Nnamdi Kanu, gave you allegation that Buhari died, and your president, for that matter, they want to leave office? They want to leave office, and you want to be in that, leave your...
You people should give me some time. You people should give me some time. Thank you very much for what you did. You go back, and I want you to come back so that we can be able to, so that you can be able to hear me, because I'm hearing you. Thank you.
Okay.
Now come and start. Mazi, I want you to use at least 3 minutes to conclude,
Okay.
because we have another issue to talk about. We have more
Okay.
issues, okay? I just want you to conclude in 3 minutes. Let us move forward. Thank you, Mazi.
Okay, let me circle it. Now, Nigerians should also know that if you think that, Biafra is freed already. We are talking to Nigerians. If you want to chase away your enemies, those people you call your enemy, because the whole politicians are your enemy. But there is one, you say he's good, and the others, you have seen them. Okay, let us ask you. If you agitate for Buhari to challenge Nnamdi Kanu with that allegation, now Nnamdi Kanu is here, do you know that Tinubu will run away? Do you know that Atiku will run away? Do you know that even those that will be in the Senate, in the INEC, will run away? Because they are all involved in the death of Buhari. But you are pampering them, thinking that you can defeat them with PVC. If you want to chase them away, keep your PVC aside. Remind them that Nnamdi Kanu said, if discovered that Buhari is alive, I will drop Biafra, and I will submit myself for life jail. How come Nnamdi Kanu is now your problem? When there is answer to the problem of Nnamdi Kanu, confront the Nigerian government and tell them, prove that you are alive so that Nnamdi Kanu will drop Biafra. Buhari, prove that you are alive so that Nnamdi Kanu will submit himself for life jail. But you cannot do it. You are there ignoring the court order, thinking that it is for IPOB, thinking that it is for Biafra. You don't know you are doing to yourself. When police kill us, you keep quiet. Today, they can come and kill you. How do you fight them for killing IPOB? They will not be killing you today. Thank you, Mazi. I'll be stopping this one for this very point.
Thank you.
Then you come up with another.
Thank you very much. Thank you, the fearless evangelist. I thank you very much. And believe you me, I'm happy that you are here today, preaching the gospel of redemption to our people. That is why we're here. Nobody pays us. We pay nobody. We are volunteers. And I want our people to go on campaign. We would like to go on campaign. Malami, free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Based on court orders.
Nigerian Malami obey the court order and free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Obey the court order. I believe this will be a very good campaign for our people to continue this time around because we really want our leader to be free.
Yes, Mazi, our people, let me say something. Our people should understand it is not begging. You know, free Nnamdi Kanu is like begging. But Nigeria obey your own court order. That is not begging. So it is something you have the right. Saturate, go to media, everywhere, your wall, everywhere, everything. If they like, we'll start giving live. We go live even without showing our face. 2 minutes. Malami, you sing it like a song. Malami, Nigerian government, obey your own court order. It will go live 1 minute. Anyhow, if it is by post, it is by Twitter. Anyhow, we can do it. Then leave the rest for those that are the war front. If they open media, they will see free Nnamdi Kanu. Obey court order. Not begging. Obey court order.
Thank you very much for this your wonderful advice. So I hope our people will be able to join this campaign of Malami, obey the court order.
Simple.
Malami, obey the court order because the competent court of appeal have discharged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So why are you holding him? The so-called Igbo extraction governors and representatives and Ndi Igwe and Ndi Ishie, Ndi Obi, and Ndi area council, we want you people to put mouth on this matter. We are talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't even understand why is that also the northern part of Nigeria, which is somebody like a Benue governor, is the one of those that are talking about this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you said that you are an Igbo person. You said you are from Biafra, but you don't want to talk about a man that is fighting for your, unborn generation to come. Because we know that the people we have today, they don't care about their time now. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu care about the generation to come. That is why we are saying, please, my great people, let us push on this campaign of Malami, obey the court order. Obey your court order. Obey. And free this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have seen that the reason why, continue Mazi. Mazi, your mic is mute. Your mic is mute. Your mic is mute.
Okay. Then our people should understand it is court orders. Orders. Yes. Orders, not even an order. Court orders. It has S.
Thank you.
They have federal appeal court ruling and the federal high court ruling. Federal high court say discharge Nnamdi Kanu and return him back to Kenya. That is to say, federal high court now refer to where he was kidnapped from. So these two, we know my verdict is a very weapon, keeping pending in case any day Malami will go and drink Fulani Brukutu or something and come back and say he jumped bail. We'll confront him with that. Though that thing is what the U.S. Official is using to address the U.S. government. That's my verdict. Because the petition on their table from Nigerian government is that Nnamdi Kanu jump bail. They don't even present this thing happening in their court. What they present to the world is that they jump bail. And that's what we are using to confront them. That's the duty of what that Omar verdict is doing. And that's what the American official referred to. That there is a court in Omar who said he did not jump bail. Malami, that's why I have been instructing this case, giving the legal instruction, telling them, go here, go here, go here, go here. Go. He knows the weapon. In your order. Lawyer Kanapa, lawyer be your Poponia court, in Huronia. Lawyer Drum Napa, Popia court. Kaibandio Kiri, Kahano on it. Okuhage Metoball, like I knew. Just allow us to finish with them. Right? So that is the issue. The issue now is to remind them that they are owing you debts of justices.
That is why we're here. That is why
they are owing us debts of justice. Not we are forcing them. They owe us debt. You can remind them. Let me count it. Justice Ademola court ruling, December 2015, the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. Justice Don Soho, 2016, unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. Justice Ahmad Mohammed, referring them to go and obey the previous court rulings. Then, Bintanyako, 2017, granted Nnamdi Kanu high conditional bail, which we met up with the bail conditions, and we're still hoping to come to their court. As Nnamdi Kanu promised in Ohafia or Arochukwu that he will be going to Abuja. They still attack his house. You are still owing us because he kept to the court. He did not commit anything. He is still waiting to attend to the court. Right? Now, the next one is rulings by Bintanyako over the violation of the fundamental human rights of Nnamdi Kanu. Number 2 is appeal court. The next one is appeal court ruling. The Sergeant Nnamdi Kanu condemning how Nigerian government brought him to Nigeria and acquitted him from anything like a charges or trial or anything that Nigeria will ever think of. You know, when you talk about that thing they used to give in court, the judgment, there is bail, there is conditional bail, there is self-bail, there is discharge, okay, there is struck out, there is struck off, there is discharge, there is dismissed, there is caution and discharge, there is that discharge and acquitted. When you are being discharged and acquitted, nobody will mention your name in that very case again. Immediately acquitted is added. Immediately acquitted is added. You can only sue the judge, not the what is it called? Not the person you are trying. You can only sue the court in appeal in any other court. You can only sue the court, not the person that has been discharged and acquitted. You have nothing to talk about him in that case again. I've been in a waiting trial for 4 years. I was discharged and acquitted.
Thank you.
If you don't like what the judge ruled, you take the judge to appeal court, not the person that has been freed. You don't have to call him in that matter again. But if the person is cautioned and discharged, there is caution. Caution is that the judge discovered you did it, and he now caution you and say, don't do it again. They might call you in that, they might take that, the complainant might take the case to another court. Then you might be discharged only. Tomorrow they can call up the case. You may be dismissed. They will call us the case. You may be struck out. You may be struck off. Charges may be struck out also. Charges may be struck off also. We are saying this so that our people understand the argument. In case you probably meet the argument. Thank
you, Mazi. Mazi, I want us to see this video that I want to show now. Okay. I am able to show this video on the screen. If I bring it on the screen, probably they have to do something because we are different. We are different. Some things that people can be able to show, we cannot show it. And I want our people to also pardon for that short video that you people see. That is not exactly what I want to show, but unfortunately, my hand pressed it because I'm no more in that chapter. But I want our people to see this video, what is happening in Biafra land. And we have to say no to all these things. I want to show the video. After the video, then I will say something before my brother will also take over the floor. I want us to see this video.
Today. How could I see him?
Mazi, please mute your mic. Mazi, mute your mic. Mute your mic, please. Good, good. I want our people to see this video, please.
In the mud. At the bagman over that today. How could I see him?
bụ ele wesịsị mbọnụ na egbe ndị ebubago eyisisi ele ha akwa ile anyị ya afụ ka esi ewesịsị mbọdịla egbe ha. Ifuru ka esi ewesịsị ya na moto ndị ebubago.
Yes, I think I'm going to stop the video here. Mazi, I hope you also see the video. We are not coming here so much to show video, but we are telling our people what is happening in Biafra land, how Ebubago people are there causing problem in our land. And that is also things that we want to talk about. We want to tell our people that they should stop all this nonsense they are doing, because all these things is not going to help us. By killing your own people is not going to help us. We are here to tell them to join this movement of Biafran Restoration Project. If Biafra comes, you see all this criminality, no job, no infrastructure, no good road, no good water, no good houses, no good hospital, all these things will stop. That is why we are pushing for Biafra to come. Because we know how Biafra will look like when Biafra comes. We know that all this problem will stop. And that is also the reason why our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is in DSS dungeon today. After the appeal court have discharged him, they are still holding him because they think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is their problem. But we are telling the zoo, we are also telling Malami that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not your problem. Go and find the root of the Nigerian problem. The root of Nigerian problem is, number one, the amalgamation. We are not one people, and we have to understand that. And as you can see, when British people were colonizing the English-speaking countries they have today in Africa, or even though in Asia, they colonized Ghana. They also colonized India. But ask yourself, why did they not amalgamate Ghana? In India, why they did not amalgamate India? You know, the reason why all these things happen, these people are one people. Only in Africa, the only people that British people amalgamate is only Nigeria, because they know that we are not one people. But now, before you continue, Mazi, you see the video, but before you continue, I want to tell you people what Obama said. That is the message from Obama. And I don't even know the reason why Obama is interfering in something that he don't know, or he don't, you know, sometimes I ask myself that we are facing a lot of war. A lot of people don't want Biafra to come. When Obama was a president, Obama can never go to, when Afghanistan and the Taliban were fighting, Obama did not say that he wanted to keep Taliban or Afghanistan one. It's a task that they must pay. Obama did not go anywhere to say something like that only in Nigeria. Can somebody tell me what Obama has to do with our own life? He is an American person. We are African people. But now Obama is telling you to show you that we are in a big mess. And that is why we have somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and speak for us, to open our eyes so that we can be able to see. Because all these things we are talking today, time will come when some people will understand. But now I want you to hear what Obama said when he was a president. Just listen. Only in Nigeria you can hear such a thing. Listen. Wait. One
is a task.
Yeah.
To keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. Today I urge all Nigerians, from all religions, all ethnic groups. To keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. Today, I urge all Nigerians, from all religions, all ethnic groups, and all regions, to come together and keep Nigeria one.
Okay. Okay. I want somebody to tell me why Obama will say keep Nigeria one. Why himself knows that only country in this world that was, colonized by foreign or missionaries. Some are coming from British, some are coming from France, some are coming from Portugal or Belgium. Only Nigeria is a country they amalgamated. And our people will so much believe in already made. Some people will tell you the overhead president have spoken. I want people to tell me what Obama has to do with the people of Biafra by telling the people of Biafra that Nigeria is a task that they must accomplish by keeping the people, oil and water together. Our people have to understand we are fighting different phases of war. Mazi, I want you to open your floor and tell us what you understand by saying all these things from Obama. Because Obama is also part of our problem that we are facing today, because he's helping Fulanis. They are one people. They are coming to slave the people of Biafra, and those indigenous people, they find themselves in that contraption. They want to keep them enslaved forever. Mazi, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you, Mazi. If you look at when Obama said that, I think it should have been around 2014, isn't it? Around then, okay. Now, let me go back to why he said it. The reason why Obama was saying that is because the British embassy in Nigeria, immediately it was 2014, they are supposed to return back all their staffs in British embassy in Nigeria back to UK. They have to send peace delegates that will come and organize a roundtable meeting with Nigeria among those they trapped into Nigeria, as they wrote it in the amalgamation agreement that it expired in 100 years. That was to say, the 2014 was the expiring date of Nigeria, and all those that are concerned needs to come together and utter words to tell people that the Nigeria must continue after 100 years. Let me continue.
Mazi, believe you me, you are a history student. You are a lot of things. And I want you to continue on this gospel of redemption. Continue.
Thank you. Let me address them. They think we don't know what they're doing. Now, nobody should blame any embassy, any other country's embassy, that remains, that kept their staff in Nigeria after 2014. The people that they should blame is the British that retained their staffs instead of withdrawing them, because they are in the possession of the amalgamation agreement, in which is also with them there in the UK embassy in Abuja. How come the Nigeria now expired? Now you started organizing the next people that will be giving words to tell people that, because the world was expecting the British to say something that Nigeria has ended. But Obama was responding according to the message that came from the British and the promise of Biafran crude oil to Obama. That was to say, the continuation of Nigeria, a world president must issue a statement to convince people not to be thinking about the expiring date of Nigeria, which have come in 2014. They will say that Obama said it should continue. They will say that the British are still keeping their embassy busy in Nigeria. Had the British withdrawn the ambassadors, other embassy would have withdrawn their staffs, knowing that Nigeria have expired. Because what British would have sent our peace delegates to support Jonathan in the confab. How come Jonathan understood it and he went for confab? They disagree. And now, why they conspire now to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, which Obama, all of them are involved, is because they never want our problem to be solved. That's why, after the very killings, the 3-year genocide, there were 3 things that Nigeria said, in which, when the world did not hear the voice of Ojukwu during the genocide, they are supposed to force Nigeria to obey the 3 things they said, after they announced no victor, no vanquish, which they said that there will be rehabilitation, there will be reconstruction, and there will be reconciliation. None of these things was implemented, rather.
None.
They started giving us 20 pounds, those that have money in bank. That was to say, they still want us to suffer. Instead of rehabilitating our land, they started taking away the industries that, what is it called, Mbakwe and the co-built. Instead of reconstructing our land, they are now taking away our railways, because reconstruction of our land is in their agenda. But instead of reconstructing it, they are now taking it away. Now, God now answered our prayer, solving our problem totally within Nnamdi Kanu. They now conspire and say, how can the problem of these people be solved? After giving them 20 pounds, they are occupying all the markets, both in Africa, everywhere. They are in the world. How do they manage to grow? If we allow them to go now, look at what they achieved with 20 pounds. Despite denying them the reconstruction, rehabilitation, and reconciliation, despite coming to pull out their seaport, we shut down their seaports, we shut down their international airports, we put down all the multinational companies' headquarters from their region and took it to Lagos, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano. How do they manage to survive? Now, how do God now answer their prayer?
And the Mazi, you know what's part of it, that sometimes I will be talking, I will see some people from the West that don't understand the, the manipulation or the mess that this contraption have put in Biafra people into.
Yes.
They're telling you, Igbos, go back to your land. Igbos, go back to your land. And I keep on asking them, you have seaports, you have international airports. Also, the same thing is happening in the north. They have international airports. They also build a dry port, a port that is no water, no sea, no ocean. Then we go and bring the containers, maybe from Lagos. Then we transfer it to Kaduna or Kanu, where it's port, dry port, or land, though, normal land. Now you will come there and, take your container. Yes. And I keep on telling them, why can't you people tell the people, the government of that contraption, to also build international airport for these people that are shouting every day marginalization?
Mazi, it will not happen. It will not happen.
I'm just challenging them because
yes.
Whatever they will tell you, after you build finish, they will tell you, pack your properties and go. And I'm giving them this challenge. Do you think that since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been crying for this marginalization or the Ipob extraction, do you think if they build international airport and a seaport, do you think that these Igbo people will remain in that countries or that part of Nigeria they are? People will come back to their land. They would like to develop their land. So are people supposed to understand the reason why the Igbos or the Biafran people in general are going away from their land? Because their land, where the oil is coming out from, they have made it a desert and use the money they are bringing from other in Biafra land to develop other places. But some people don't understand the reason why we are crying for. People don't even want us to, cry at all. They want to be knocking us on the head and telling us you are here in our land, but we want to go back also to our land. Mazi, I want you to continue because I just want to ship this inside.
Okay. Thank you. Let me chip in from what you said. That's why when they present somebody that is campaigning now, they say is the one they trust. If they present that person, I'll ask them, can you allow that person, if he wins, can you allow him to shut down Lagos? He said, how? I said, okay, let me give you the language to shut down Lagos. Can you allow him, can he open Calabar Seaport? Can he open Ibocha Seaport? Can he open Warri Seaport? Can he open, give Enugu International Airport? Give Calabar International Airport? Give Ibocha International Airport? Because if these things are ready, Lagos will be shut down. That was the agreement. Shut here down, compensate the West with Lagos.
You're right.
That they will go on, so that the one Nigeria will continue.
That is it. That is it.
Blind their land and promote our land. When you open this place, Lagos will be shut down and dead and buried. So what is that person you are voting and coming to do? When he cannot open Calabar Seaport, he can open Warri Seaport, he cannot open Ibocha Seaport, he cannot give us international airport. What is he coming to do to answer president? Because these are the things that promoted the region, which they are always threatening us with. Go home, go home. What will they allow you to do it? If only appointing, what is it called? Ejirika. The north was boiling. Ejirika, only appointing him army chief. Talk more of giving you seaport and international airport because they are mad. You want them to shut down Kanu, shut down Abuja, shut down Lagos, and you become successful. So let us move. Nnamdi Kanu is the solution to our problem. They discovered it. That's why I told our people, and you know, the white people, they know us. Our people don't know us. When God answered us prayer, they knew our prayer had been answered, and they work against it. But we now try to remind them that when they killed Giant Alakuku, the former tallest man in the world, they say is the tallest man in Africa, is a lie, British lie. Giant Alakuku from Isoche, Biafran, the tallest man. Nobody was backing him. The British hijacked him, treating him like animal, put him in cage. They used to pay money. Our fathers used to pay money to go and watch him as an animal in the zoo. He drinks 25 liters of water. He eats one goat. That is Ozuewu, only him. Giant Alakuku, he roars like a lion. Do you know that the white people, after making money with him, they did not allow him to marry so that he can give birth to his type. After all, they inject him to death. The tiger came. He was destroying them, fighting them. I'm reminding our people the people God have given to us. Just the few I can remember. These are gifts from God to us. But these things, these people, we don't know. We don't know. Though the way they came is not for our own. They just came, but these are blessings to us. Just like the father of Ojukwu, the first millionaire, the first billionaire of West Africa, they call it is a lie. The whole Africa. God gave him the money to defend our land. And he understood it. He gave it to his son. He did not drag the money. He discovered that he is not supposed to have that kind of money. He is not supposed to be rich like that. He single-handedly financed the independence of Nigeria. Louis Ojukwu. Now, when this land is needed to be defended, he gave that wealth to his son to manage it and defend it. The man discovered that the money, the wealth is not for him. That wealth was given to him to defend our land. Louis Ojukwu. Blessings to us. Ojukwu utilized that blessing. Because now to contribute money for IPOB, some people are seeing it's difficult. Talk more of Ojukwu leaving people, then it will be worse. So our God prepared this man before them. Prepared the Louis, kept him alive, and just prepare him first. And when Ojukwu studied law, came back, he said, no, I will go for military. That was when God was preparing him, because he cannot confront these people in that manner, under lawyer. But the man was preparing him for his own, that is to protect his wealth. But you don't know that God had prepared Ojukwu to defend this land physically, so that he can secure the map. When we come up this time, nobody will be arguing our map. Because that map have answered independence for 3 years. So nobody can argue our map. The map have been an independent country for 3 years. So that map is still there, not changed. What we are doing now is to defend the map and fully restore it back under our control. Complete control. Nothing touches the map. This their regional southeast, southwest does not affect the map. The same map is still there. The map is there. Map of Biafra. You create south, south, south. That's your business. The map is there. Now, Nnamdi Kanu is the answer to our prayer. People from Biafra don't even know that the bad road is in DSS. Hey, we don't have hospital. Within Nnamdi Kanu in DSS. There is no electricity, steady light. Go to they are there with the Nnamdi Kanu in DSS. All our problems are there. The world discovered, Fulani discovered it that Nnamdi Kanu complete. God will have every of our problem now is in DSS. Everything. If you leave Nnamdi Kanu in DSS, then your problem continues. Nobody can solve it. The whole thing we have been crying for all of them, and now God will channel it and give it to Nnamdi Kanu, so that if we leave him, we are gone. If we save him, then God will help us and free him, so that our blessings will reach us. That's what God gave to us. It's a punishment. No, though it is the answer to our prayer, but he gave us work. The work to do is stand with Nnamdi Kanu. I will save him. But that thing you're asking for, all of them will be with him in DSS. If I see your determination, then I will back him up and free him.
You're right.
And that is exactly what we are doing.
And that is exactly what we're doing here. That is exactly.
And the world is afraid that we are behind him. Because they knew, we understood that this is an answer to our prayer. Because God also gave Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria as answer to their prayer. To stop Fulani killing and help them to free themselves. But they rejected it because Biafra is involved. And God so kind, he gave us the mindset to understand that this is our only hope. This is the answer to our prayer. We should ignore Nigeria. They started telling us he's selfish. He came for his interest. He's doing in a family business. We told them no. This man, God sent him. We said no. They call him miscreant. We said no. We follow him. They call him terrorist. We said we follow him. Whatever you call him, we follow him. Zeke was not a terrorist. He did not give us anything. What is it called? Ekweme was not a terrorist. Did he give us anything? No. What is it called? Ebutu Kiwe, vice to Bangida. Did he give us anything? The answer is no. What of Agora? You see what Lai Mohammed is doing now with information, lying against us, creating ground for Fulani. What of Agora was an information and culture minister under Abacha. When Oladipo Dia, Jeremiah Yoseni, and the Major General Karim Adisa was there with them, what of Agora? What did you defend? Did you defend this land? The answer is no. We have seen 5 senior presidents under 5 years or 4 years.
Mazi, don't forget EK Kwenemado that they gave money to build our road. Today is
yes, okay. I am coming. The place I'm touching now will get him. They have given us senior president. Not that we have achieved senior president. No, they appointed senior presidents under 5 years. What did we achieve? Evans from Imo. The next one, they say he was impeached. Adolphus Nwabara came. Hey, he was impeached. The Chubakaribo came. Hey, he had been impeached. Igbo man, they were counting it state by state so that Fulani will say, all of you have participated in senior president. They will now move it back to the north. They allowed Chubakaribo. He took his own turn. They now came, call Anim Pius Anim. Hey, Abon said we are now senior president. Anim came within some months. They brought in the man. Hey, Enugu is now senior president. These are idiots. They never brought anything to us. Look at Fulani, they are senior president. They will manage it for how many years? But Fulani was busy instigating trouble among them and setting confusion, using them to say we impeach him, so that after the 5 states have participated in senior president, Fulani will wave it away from the east. Did you understand? When you raise up, they will tell you, Ebony had been a Senate president. And one idiot from Ebony said, yes, I remember when Sanye was Senate president. You are a fool. And I was Senate president 5 months, 6 months. I don't know about it. That is the issue. They forgot that Nnamdi Kanu is the solution to our problem. But IPOB said we understood it. After all, not Israelites, all of them agreed to go at the same time. So, but when God say move, if you like, you stay. That is your business. Those that want to go will be moving. Now that we are here now, what our people need to do is remember that the project of the Southeast politician was to become holy, and the IPOB will become evil. Understand it. IPOB evangelism on Radio Biafra through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the other broadcasters have proved beyond every reasonable doubt that the Southeast politicians are our problems. They no longer have any prestige. They don't have respect. Now,
right.
when this problem, when they wanted to kidnap our leader, part of the agendas they gave to those people they want to use to criminalize us was that if you can succeed and make us to be holy again, that our people will love us again, so that our people will hate IPOB, you will be the highest person in the East. Because they are already the victim. But how do they succeed and come back and regain their stand? Because Fulani no longer give them money. Fulani no longer give them contract. Fulani told them IPOB have taken control. So stop coming here and ask for money. Because how Fulani is doing with Igbo politicians now is not give me money, let me go and stop this. No. Fulani will tell them, go and do it. If you do it, we'll pay you. That's what IPOB achieved. We achieved that. Nobody will run to Fulani and say, give me money, I'll stop this. No, Fulani will not listen to you. Fulani will say, go and do it. Then come back, we'll give you money.
Wisdom.
That's why when they discovered that they fell, they now told these people that they sent, make sure that IPOB become the victim. Make sure ESN become evil. We want our communities to be protesting against ESN. We have paid BBC to come and cover it. Make sure when you touch your community in the name of ESN, and if they start protesting, now we have gotten the grant, we'll become holy again.
Mazi, hold it there. Mazi, hold it
Okay.
there. Let us see this video, because this video is also in line in what you're saying. Because you said, according to what you said, what they are doing today is to tell our people, to tell those governors to go there and achieve what they told them to do.
Then come back and take money. Come and take your reward.
Mazi, and there is something you said. You said that some governors, they were agitating. They were pointing hand to house where the ESN live, especially in Enugu. They chased them away. And today, what is happening in Enugu is what we want to see. Now there is no more ESN there. There is no more commanders there. There is no more security there. And Fulani have entered.
And nobody have ever called the Nigerian security. Everybody is now saying, what is ESN? But when we formed ESN, they say, hey, Nnamdi Kanu want to bring trouble in the East.
Yes. Mazi, before you continue, let us see this video, because we are bringing our people what is happening today in Biafra land. Then you will continue. You know, we want to make sense to our people. We just don't want to only talk, but we will bring it, we will practicalize it. They will begin to understand what you are saying. Let us see this, Margaret people.
Right now, students, everybody is running helter and scatter. That is so-called undergoing Fulani people are in town. It's a whole lot. It's a very serious issue indeed. It's an eyewitness in Kabugla Correlation. Things are really going bad in this village.
Mazi okwe for neba ibusi have ibunisi hana wapu they are running away from their community. They have
the whole community is on fire.
Okay. You see their roads on their head. They have their loads on their head. It's not a child play.
It's a very serious case indeed.
Okay.
I'm recording live and direct.
Okay. Fulani don't enter.
From our community,
Amampaka. Now let me move it forward because this is a two different video that we couple together. This is another one. Do you see them? Do you see our
mothers?
Yes.
Running head and scatter.
Are you seeing them?
This is no more funny.
Are you sure?
At all. It's
Are you
no more funny?
Are you sure it's not funny? Now, Mazi, even the disabled ones now see. Ubuti, Kaba, another one.
I greet you, bros. Yeah, I don't mind all the way from which the side was 3. This is what 3. This is what is happening like.
Yes, Mazi, this is a two different video that I coupled together. One happened in Ubuti in War 3, and the other one happened in, I think, in Enugu, right? So, you know, especially in Enugu, I remember when ESN, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the leadership, they set up ESN, they sent some security in Enugu, and even though the communities, some communities in Enugu, they were fighting the ESN because their governor have confused them, telling them that the ESN, like according to what you said, they want to tag us as a bad people. So them as the governor and their representatives, they will be good people. And when they were doing that, they succeed by poisoning the minds of our people, telling them that ESN, they are bad, they are coming to destroy them, they are coming to begin to, you know, to use them. But little they know, they complied with the governors and their representatives. Do you know that these people were going from house to house, pointing ESNs, and they are adopting them? Some that managed to escape, they run away for their life. And now, that thing that we have been saying, the Fulanis are there now. And you know, what is paining me is like those communities now are still now calling IPOB and ESN, where are you people? But they have forgotten that their governor confused them to chase away the security that's supposed to protect them. And today they are calling IPOB and ESN, and they have forgotten that governor that we are telling them, chase them away. And today the governor is not doing anything. Mazi, you have seen the video. Continue, because I want to show them the video so that they will know. Continue, the floor is yours, Mazi.
Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you for this very information and the video our people all know about. But let me say something about it. This is in line with all the agenda to destroy IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu. Let me come there. When they have failed in criminalizing ESN, and when they have failed in turning our people against ESN, their next step now is to tell our people that ESN is weak. That's the purpose of this. The governors are aware of this thing happening. The governors secured these areas for them to send Fulani to strike, to show our people that ESN is weak. That's why when this very area happened, IPOB came up and tell you that these people are the people that push them away. That is to say, we are not weak. Rather, they do not want us. Now, this very ground, this very space, they use traditional rulers to create this space. They pay traditional rulers so that after they might have failed in some battles, they will now show our people that ESN cannot do anything. That's why they are telling Fulani to strike. Because they are not even striking in the bush. The Fulani is now striking at home. What do they want? The terrorists in the north, that they opened border to come in, and they gave them NIN. They registered NIN in Niger Republic, they registered in Mali, they registered in Burkina Faso, they registered in Chad, and they came to border. The custom open road because they are citizens. That is why when Nigeria complain, we'll be laughing at them. Because these people are citizens, they have NIN. After getting their NIN, Pantami gave order that Nigerians should get NIN. But by then, you have given foreigners NIN already. Now, those people have occupied the north. They are terrorizing the north, persuading the Nigerian government to create chance for them in the bushes in the south. How do they create it? They now call governors, the Fulani told governors to create space. How do they create space? Allow Fulani to attack communities so that ESN will leave the bush and come to confront Fulani. Because they have tried to use army and their agents they contracted to use army to draw ESN out of the bush. Because their reason of invading communities, Nigerian army and police invading communities, burning down houses, targeting ESM camp, is to provoke ESM to leave the bush, to confront them in communities. Then they will now command those terrorists in the north to overrun our bushes. So these very attacks in the communities now by Fulani is the work they have sent army to do. So we keep complaining army invasion, army invasion, army invasion. They now try to divert it to Fulani, but no Fulani attack without army. All these Fulani attacks, they came with the army. Why they are now diverting it to Fulani again is because we have exposed Nigerian army. And the IPOB Media and Publicity Secretary press release have destroyed Nigerian army in the international community. They have no value again. Then, because we don't keep them aside from Ebubagu. The army works with Ebubagu. That's why immediately the image of Ebubagu is tarnished in truth and in honesty. The image of Nigerian army is tarnished. Now they are now after Ebubagu to see if they can keep their image true. No way, it won't work. What they want to do now is let them go in and use Fulani to attack communities. Why they are among the Fulani that is attacking? No attack by Fulani without Nigerian army. If they are 10, Nigerian army will be 7. Now, what is the agenda of these politicians now? By allowing Fulani to invade the communities where they have discussed with the traditional rulers to fight IPOB. All these communities did not fight only ESM. They fight IPOB family members to make sure that they are not in their communities so that nobody will pass information when they are dealing with our people. These are arrangements made with governors, by the governor with the traditional rulers, not all of them. There are few that are accepted. That is it. Now, what they want to do is to discredit ESM, that they are not doing anything. They don't even want to involve themselves as the people that are supposed to secure us. No. They are not channeling it to our people for them to believe in ESN. They want to tell them, I think you say you have ESN. Where are they? Why do they not save you? That is the mentality they want to give our people. That's why I love the confrontation IPOB came up with. Evidences that this community push us away from their community. If not, that was their plan. To discredit ESN, that they are not doing anything, and thereby to provoke ESN to leave the bush and come and fight in community, without knowing that we can never leave the bush. We know the road where the Fulani invade our communities from. If we want to confront them, they follow the bush. We block them there. We own the bush. ESI owns the bush. So if they are trying to draw the battle in our communities, we will tell them no. That's why our people must understand us. That's why we told them. Do you know the reason why our leader launched ESN and made it open? So that if our people see ESN in their communities, they will recognize them. Now, how come ESN came to your community, you are now fighting them? Did you understand? Because the politicians promise you that, I told you that if you allow ESN to your community, if army come, army will kill you and kill everybody. Then you are afraid. You are now fighting your own security. Since Nigeria was since of this very the amalgamation of this very rubbish, we have never gotten a security that will secure our land, apart from ESF. How come you reject them? That is the issue. So the politicians want to be good, so that IPOB will be evil. But we did not open the eyes of our people with lies. We opened the eyes of our people with the truth, in which we were all victims of the wickedness of the politicians. We are not in other places. We are in Biafra land. So the same thing we complain is the same thing others complain. After all, our region is not the only region that was trapped into this very contraption. But other regions, they can breathe. How can somebody be governor? IPOB gave them chance to reclaim all that the Nigerian government have denied them. Instead of them to claim it, they then conspire to kill Nnamdi Kanu. What kind of human being is that? Okay, I still remind them of the light we put for them. They went and quenched it. But today they are crying. Now, after explaining now, there is an explanation I want to give. If we see anybody that will look for somebody to blame, without blaming this very politician, then we will know. Let me explain. When we were campaigning, we were doing protests in Biafra land. And when we were protesting for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, the Fulani used to call the politicians. They used to call the governor. Stop this protest. Stop this protest. Stop IPOB. Stop them. They are causing trouble. Stop them. Do you know that what our leader wanted to be hearing in detention then was demand of the governors and politicians? What should have been their demand? If Fulani call a governor on phone and say, stop these people, what the governor from the east supposed to tell the Fulani is, they are demanding for international airport. Why can't you come and do international airport in Enugu and Owerri? At least let us see if they will continue. Just try this one. You know, the just try this one. After Yanka mepe airport, by then he secure again. Area he can and then secure international airport like two. And here continue. In detention. When we continue, they will say, okay, see what you do now. Open seaport, at least two. Open Warri and Calabar or Port Harcourt. Just do it. They are our children. Just do it. We'll talk to them. This was when we put light for them to claim all this. Now, if another Fulani call you and say, why are they still agitating? You will tell them, okay, appoint Igbo man, IG of police. Just appoint him. Mazi, it was an opportunity for these criminals to claim everything they have lost when we were agitating. If Fulani call you, tell them, look at what you do. Do it. Let us talk to them. But they did not demand anything. All they were doing, okay, we'll stop them. Are you mad? Our leader earlier gave them example. Before he was kidnapped, he said, where is the international airport? Where is seaport? Where is good road? Where is this? Where is industry? This was what these people would have, this is what these people would have been demanding for the governor while we were protesting. When we protest, what they are supposed to be demanding from the Fulani. If we protest, you demand. If we protest, you demand. If they call you, you demand. You continue making demand until we see those things we have been asking for. We'll see second Niger bridge. If they put, they will continue putting. If they work airport, if you demand the road, they will do road. As far as they have done that one. But they hanged us up, thinking that they can stop us. Today, here we are. What do they secure? They secure shame. Saboteur Day, 14th of September. That is a shame, a lasting shame that can never be claimed on the face of the earth. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much, Mazi, the fearless evangelist. I thank you very, very much. Of course, we have covered our time because all these evangelists will continue. We have already chosen our path. You know, I don't want to flog issues so that our people will understand what we are doing.
Yes.
Because when you begin to flog issues, our people will get confused. So
yes.
we want to be giving them bit by bit.
Yes.
Like what we have started now, we have started the campaign of Malami to obey the court orders.
Simple.
Not only one, orders.
Orders.
And this is the campaign that we must carry. And I want to tell our people that what we are doing now is that we have tired. We are not in that lane again. We are now in IPOB, new phase of media campaign.
Mazi, not tired. Mazi, we have won. Mazi, please.
No.
We have won, not tired.
Right. You're right. You know,
we have won a battle. We always win battles. When we win it, we leave it and face another one. So we have won that battle. It is now a previous war.
Maz, I do understand. You know, English is not our language. And when you say something in English, it has a lot of translation. That is why sometimes when I say something, you don't understand it. You ask me, I will tell you the dimension that I'm going to. What I mean,
thank you.
Done with these people, we are facing now
to
preach the gospel of redemption to our people, to preach the gospel of emancipation of Biafran people, to be able to, talk sense into our people so that they will understand that we are a slave in that contraption. And we also want them to understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged. Let us talk about to free our leader. We want to talk about to free our leader. That is why we're here. We don't want to begin to flog issues, talking to you, responding and doing all kinds of things. Now we are facing for this Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that bring this ideology to us, and this ideology sink into every one of us. Those that they are under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi, the fearless evangelist, I want you to use, we're going to end this program at least 2:30. I want you to use now 10 to 15 minutes, all these things that you have said. In conclusion, remember we started with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release. And the second one, we go to our governors, those that don't want to, they are mute on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu discharge in Court of Appeal. And we also tell Malami to obey the court orders, because they are the people that appointed the judge, they are the people that appointed the prosecutor, they are the people that bring all the charges, and all those charges today is in the trash. So they should release our leader. And we also talk about the Ebubago's atrocity in Biafra land. And now we also, the last one we talk about was the Fulanis that are coming now in Biafra land, to do what they know how to do best by taking over our forests and our territory and our villages. Mazi, the floor is yours. Your closing remarks at the same time.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you. Our people are listening all over the world. Thank you. What we are telling our people now is to know that the very argument Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been presenting to Nigeria that they're running away from, that they finally brought Nnamdi Kanu to their court for the argument. Though they ran away from this argument as they were listening on Radio Biafra, they even told people not to listen. But I am telling our people that argument that Nnamdi Kanu even wear a t-shirt in Canada and say, Chief Miscreant. That very argument, we have won it. In Nigerian Appeal Court and Nigerian Federal High Court, and the UN Working Group on Arbitral Arrest, we have won the argument. What we want to finish now is the stupidity of Nigeria. We have dealt with their constitution. We have dealt with their law. We have dealt with international laws. We want to deal with the stupidity of Nigeria. How do we do it? Our leader is doing his own now. You can understand that our leader patiently have secured his weapons to move to international. We have crossed Nigerian court. We are just at the Supreme. What are his weapons? Omaya verdict, 19th of January 2022. Appeal court ruling, 13th of October 2022. Federal High Court ruling, Omaya, 26th of October 2022. UN order, June 2022. These are complete weapons of Nnamdi Kanu, multiple. You can never defeat it. That's why, because Nigeria is saying something about the appeal court ruling. Our leader told Ejimako, oh yeah, confront the EU with the UN order and the Federal High Court order ruling. Confront EU with it. Then let Osokome and the Ejofo finishes with Nigeria on the appeal court, in the Supreme Court. Then we'll tell you, we'll now know how to use it. Now keep the Umaya verdict to confront Nigeria whenever they rise up and say he jumped bail. That is to say, the tools of Nnamdi Kanu is complete. He will now be using his weapons to write to any table, any government. That is how we'll be writing. That's what I told our people. Allow us to secure these things so that we can have something to present to the world. For now, we have nothing to present rather than extraordinary rendition. But how do you prove it? You will be endurance and stay under control, one control, so that you can win this very battle. And now we have won it. What are we doing now? Secure it. How do we secure it? Pull Nnamdi Kanu out from detention. How? Forcing Nigeria into their shame. Force them into their shame with your campaign. Force them in. They want to run away from their shame. You have defeated them. Nnamdi Kanu is dealing with them, with the victories. Now, confront Nigeria with their shame. Weaken their projects. You know, they have here, 2023, they have project. Weaken their project with your truth. What is the truth? Confront them in any organization, any argument, whether in the social media, wherever they are. Your comment will be, tell your government to obey their own court order. If they talk about Nnamdi Kanu, tell them that the issue is settled. Leave gossip and tell your government to obey court order. Simple. We are not begging anybody. Finally, Nigeria landed to the demand of IPOB. The same political solution. Free Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Give us dates of Biafra referendum. It is remaining that one. But they did not free Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally by their own power. But their own court to free Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Before we were demanding to free Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. But they refused. Until our God will surrender their court, they now freed us unconditionally. Then why are they holding him? Then you must understand that Nnamdi Kanu is illegally detained now. Do not see any Nigerian politician as a human being. Any politician you see from the eastern region, see the person as devil, if there is devil. Don't see the person as a human being. Do you know why? You are not holding, you are not talking to them because they did not free Nnamdi Kanu. They have no business with Nnamdi Kanu. You are approaching them because they believe in the integrity, territorial integrity of Nigeria, and they sworn on an oath to defend Nigeria Constitution, and they were sworn in with the Nigerian Constitution. How come they are ignoring the Constitution to be truncated? That is to say, they are all useless. So you can confront them in your truthful manner, not in violence. We are not violence. They have plotted violence, people, to drag us into violence. We have never been violent. Our leader always protests from detention. If you don't understand it, cool down. Press release from Barrister Joffo. There are always protests from detention. Instead, you cool down. Let people tell you. Our leader will be pulling out from detention. Just listen. He will pull out from detention. Allow the good strikers to make use of this very ball. Allow them. Don't rush the ball and start playing it back home. So you need blame no law. Couple of director wepụtara na detention. O nwere ihe o ji wepụta ya. Hapụ ndị ma agba ka ha were enye goal. It is for our own victory. It's not must you handle the ball. Hapụrụ ndị a bọọlụ a ka ha gbagbuo. Either na media gbagburu ya. Ọ na bọọlụ agbapụtara ndị lawyer. Ọ na bọọlụ agbapụtara DOS. Ọ na bọọlụ ya shiri dewere ndị iro ka ha rush ya ka anyị video ha. Ị ga rush iburu nri ndị iro. You must understand the aroma of our own food and the aroma of the food of the enemy prepared by IPOB leadership. When they prepare the food, understand the aroma. It is not for you. Stop dragging the food of the enemy. It's on you. Our leader no maya no nwere nri ọ na-esiri ndị iro no maya no share set ugbu na ha ga-abịa na anyị dịkwa we na ọ ga-adịkwa egwu ebe a one day because no nwere nri ọ na-esiri ha. Did they not come? Otu aka our leader ji hapụrụ the leadership of IPOB ingredients eji esi nri. O nwere ebe ọ dewere ihe eji esiri anyị nwa nri. E nwere ka edewere eji esiri ndị iro. At times DOS enwere nri anyị ka dị. There were na anyị nwere nri anyị na-eri because there is always work in our hands. Because our problem never ends until Biafra comes. But at times they will be busy cooking for the enemy. If they worried, what is DOS doing? At times, their message will go to leadership, to our leader, because he's the general commander. He's the supreme leader. His office is still active. IPOB never neglect his office. The same way the office was active when he was here, that is how it is still active now, because any message that should go to his table, they always send it to him. It may take 1 week. It may take 2 weeks. It may take 3 weeks for our leader to reply. Please be patient with IPOB leadership with any instruction they are giving you while they are waiting for our leader to reply them. He's in charge. They never force him. They will only remind the lawyer to remind him. You could remind their own issue. Never quite reply. That is the problem of Nigeria. Maintaining the office of Nnamdi Kanu for his order to be carried on here, a very serious weapon. That is why you must be diligent on how you jump into the issue of IPOB. Direct the information to the right source. Don't discuss IPOB like the enemy. The enemy discuss IPOB in the open. The enemy will post what is happening in the leadership of IPOB in the open. Why Lai Mohammed have never posted it in the open? That is why when you see the IPOB family members trained by Nnamdi Kanu, when they landed on your wall, you'll be telling them your personality, but you misdirected your information. So they will also approach you in the same manner, where you presented yourself. And you may see it as an insult because our leader said, the information comes from down and other comes from up, down to us. Now, do you know that a state coordinator...
Mazi, you have 2 minutes, please. You have 2 minutes.
Okay. Do you know that a state coordinator was expelled in Biafra land because he gave a voice note against the national coordinator and continental rep, and that's why he was expelled. It is highly prohibited in IPOB. So we are trying to remind you all these things. Maybe you have forgotten. Don't forget that the oath we took said that I, so solemnly and voluntarily swear to be absolutely loyal to the leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu, director of Radio Biafra. And that is where I'll be rounding it up, Mazi. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, Mazi. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the fearless evangelist Mazi Madu Abushi. I thank you very, very much. And believe you me, every one of us understand every word that come out from your mouth is crystal as gold. Everything that come out from your mouth. And I thank you very much. I thank you very much for this wonderful, work you are doing for great people of Biafra. We will keep on pushing this struggle till Biafra is totally restored. And like I said, we are here for new phase of campaign to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and things that we are facing in Biafra land. I will keep on bringing different people, and but me and the fearless evangelist must continue. We must continue this campaign, like I said, and what I and the fearless evangelist conclude here, that we are going to push a campaign on Malami. Obey the court orders.
Simple.
Obey the court orders. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged in court of appeal. Then why are you still holding him? And we also want to send a message to our representatives, our governors, our red caps, ndị nze na ndị ọzọ, ma ndị nke na-ana aka azụ, ma ndị nke na-eme. All of you should speak about your son, your brother, and our leader. He is our leader. But you can call him anything you want. You may call him your son. You may call him, but make sure you work towards his free, because the one thing about what we're saying is that the court have already discharged this man. You people went to Abuja last time for political solution. But the thing have come to you people just like that, because the court have ruled the case. So why can't you people talk about releasing of this man if you people are not involved? Because what you people are showing us now, that you people are involved holding our leader. Those of you that went to DSS dungeon before and met with our leader and spoke with him, we also want you people, and some of you that went to Abuja for campaign when we were going to court, we want all of you to stand on your ground to speak about your son, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The man have to be free, because all these things we are seeing today, there is no more case against him. And I will use this small time to pray for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or Hamadike, one of Biafra.
Just for a minute.
We always pray for you. We are asking Chukwu Okikabia mapuru imi ihe niile. Onye keri ihe niile kere kene ndị wa onye keri ya. Aya we na ayo do. Onye ndị Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Jakwanu no bi anyị, jakwanu no bi ndị na anyị sinafa na shi anyị, ndị wentesiro isi enu na ba anyị. Ka mmụọ metu ha n'obi aka maka nwa ha nwoke. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Maka ị ga-anọ n'ụlọ asọ okenye ewu anwụọ n'ọgbụlị. Kpọta dike ka egbuo dike. Ụbọchị ife mekwa na achọba dike. Ugogbe anyị ji afụ ụzọ bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wee na-asị na Chukwu Okike abịa ma ga-edubi ya chebe ya. Otu a ka nsi wee Chukwu Okike abịa ma. Ise. Thank you, fearless evangelist. Till we see again. From me, from here, it is good afternoon.
Thank you.